Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Muhammad Zair Akbar, 20T16. Today we are going to perform Lab 4 of DSP signed by Sir Dr. Jameel. So here is the task 1. So first of all, we have a function which is showing which is convolution graph. So we have input signal x, h, and which is giving us a final result with a convolution of having x and h. This is actually y variable of convolution 1, 2. So we have input signal x and another input signal with h. So basically, we will get the output as x dot h. So moving on, when we plot this, we get a result like this. So we enter these signals. So here's the signal 1 and which is x, and here is the signal second, which is h. So we are putting these values, and this is the final result shown in the plot in the figure. So input signal is x, and block diagram is shown like a discrete values. Similarly, input signal h is also shown, and the final output signal, which is x dot h, is in the last of this these diagrams, which is I am mentioning this here. So this was the output of our first task. Now moving on toward convolution flip slide. So this is we have assigned a function which is convolution flip slide x1, t1, and h2 and t2. So we need to determine the duration of resulting convolution signal. So we will add up these two periods, and similarly their difference will give us the sampling time interval. So now this shows the convolution of the signal. We have now we need to display the current result as shown in this line number 18, and we have figure 1, and x label shows time while y label shows amplitude. So the title is of this task, you may say the task. So the title is that convolution using flip and slide method, and we give value to pause, which is 0.5, and we have assigned it by ourselves. We can plot it and anything else we want to plot. So now moving on to the task 2 of this lab 4. So which is defining two input signals, where T1 and X1 is the values for first signal, and T2 and X2 are the values for other signal. So now we need to perform convolution, and then we will display results as shown. So there you go. This is the result showing input signal X and another input signal, which is H. So convolution is being performed in the last diagram. As you can see that convolution is using flip and slide method. It is continuously moving with values discrete values on the time interval, time to amplitude graph, in the time to amplitude graph. So this is our complete continuous wave. Now we have another function. We are giving values to that particular function, and uh, so these values basically define the length of the function. So now the final result y, which is showing the convolutions between x and h. Moving on, we have an other function, uh, another signal showing x, nx, h, and nh. Now we perform convolution according to the instructions given in this platform. So we need the title as mentioned, response of time to input signal. So as we run this, we get something like this. So this is showing an input signal, and which is at x, another input signal which is h, with the response of system to input signal, which is the final result and the required. So moving on to the last task of this lab, which is showing the two input signals, and similarly we have an impulse response and the output signal as well. There is shown a shifted input signal, uh, and at the end we will get the output for signal shifted input. So for the so now as we run this, we can see that first of all is shown the shifted input signal, and shifted is the input we have given, some input signal we have given, it is shown as shifted signal. And later what basically the exactly what is the input signals output. Output will also output signal for shifted in. So when this input signal is shifted, so finally we get an output from this shifted signal. So which comes out to be like this. So this was our lab number 4. Thank you for watching this video. See you next time. Allah Hafiz.